TC Nation, hey, Zach Edwards here for another Stump the Creator. I know I start these all off the same way, but it's just how it is. So I have some cool things coming up. We do have a podcast that we're going to be starting up in the next few weeks. That means that you can actually listen to different parts of history, but through audio. So you're going to listen to it through basically like the text that's on Hunt the Past, but it's going to be dramatized with a vocal actor. It's going to be doing the voiceover. We have sound effects and we have music as well, all in the same audio. Now, in the future, we're going to have them parsed separately. So each one is going to have a file, so you can add them together. And you can have options. If you like the music, you can keep the music. If you don't like the sound effects, you can take those out. Those type of things. So stay tuned for that. That's really cool. That's coming up. We have an organization that could be, I just met with them, could be funding the finishing of Historical Conquest, which we've been waiting for forever, and I'm right there with you guys. I want this done. I want this digital version of Historical Conquest finished and be able to play with. And then also, in addition to that, we're gonna have Timeline Conquest. So Historical Conquest, Timeline Conquest, yeah. Okay, so we're not that creative in this game, I guess. But that one's also coming up. And this is where you will actually be able to compete against other people. There's going to be a leaderboard and everything. You won't be able to chat with people, but you'll be able to see where other people are. And this is going to help you with names and dates, but even better, it's going to tell you the flow of the game. And if you've ever seen, look it up online, the Timeline game, it's very similar to that. There's a lot of differences, and there's a whole lot more cards. I mean, we're talking about hundreds of cards instead of like that game only has like 80 cards you can choose from. This one has hundreds of cards. And the illustrations that we have from our game and everything. So that is coming up with this grant. So we're really hoping that we're going to get it. And we're going to find out in June. So next month, we're going to find out if they're going to grant us that. And then we pass it on to a game design company who's already agreed on it. We actually have 2 game design companies that we're working with. There's a possibility. One in the United States. One is actually in Ukraine. But it's one that was referred to us by one of our other vendors that usually goes to conventions, especially homeschooling conventions and such. So, okay, with all that said, oh, and one last thing. In July, I get a new office. That's right. I finally move out of this room and go to a real office. So stay tuned to that because we're going to have a backdrop and everything like that for these videos. Maybe we'll do some green screening and you'll see. So, again, another thing to stay tuned for. But until then, here we go. Stump the Creator question. This one is from Luke F. This is a long one. Thanks for the warning, Luke. Okay. Let's say you and your opponent both only have one land. Your opponent plays Vesuvius on you, and you can't reverse it. Okay. Done. And now I'm guessing he's talking about the old Vesuvius. Okay. However, you interrupt with Vesuvius on their land, and they can't reverse it. Okay? Fair enough. Since you interrupted their Vesuvius, and they are eliminated, well, that country's eliminated. Are you saying they only have one land there? Since you destroy their only land, thank you, there you go. Are you still eliminated because you couldn't stop them from destroying your only land? So you both only have one land. And are the effects of your opponent's Vesuvius gone with the opponent? Okay, good question. Okay, remember the whole analogy of throwing the ball up in the air. So I throw the ball up in the air, and then of Vesuvius. So the ball is Vesuvius, the eruption of Vesuvius. I throw it up in the air as an interrupt because I'm doing the action and you interrupt it. So it's coming down. It's acting. It's in action, but it has not actually been fulfilled. You interrupt it and put your own in play. So that goes in, and that's going to hit first because it's an interruption. You interrupted their act with another one to be finalized first. So yours comes in, destroys that person. Well, the thing that you can't stop is that theirs will come down. Even if they're out of the game, theirs is still in the action pose and still has to be fulfilled. So it basically still comes into play. Unless a card says that you stop an event from happening, it's going to still happen. or it reverses an event from happening, it's still going to happen. So your opponent goes out first, you go out second. If there's a third person and I'm just stepping back and let you guys destroy yourselves, he's going to win because both of you guys are going to be out. But I don't think I'm done with this question. Okay, continues. Okay, if you aren't exempt from the effects of your Vesuvius, then question 2, if this were a 2-player game, who wins? Okay, so I just told you the person that used the interrupt, the last interrupt, their Vesuvius works first, so the opponent is destroyed. So player A plays Vesuvius the first time, player B interrupts that and hits Vesuvius first. Player B wins because they're the ones that the last one standing, even though right afterwards he goes to the pits. So you could say almost no one really wins. It's like it's like in the world, you ever seen those movies where they say that the world just sets off all their nukes and all their nukes are in the air and they're going to come down. Now it doesn't matter who hits first. In the end, all the nukes hit the ground and you all die. So, but in this game, and you want to win, you're going to win for a few seconds and then you're going to die too, but in the game. So yes, technically player B, the second person to use the Vesuvius card, would ultimately be the winner. Not much of winning though, as I said. So, thank you so much for the Stump the Creator, Luke. That was great. And I won't say it to Stump because I've actually been asked that question before. You have the same answer. And so, great time trying. There are some more people that are going to stump me. I know it. We have a lot of questions that just came through. And we've already answered a bunch of them. I think we've lost, or we haven't been stumped per se. That could be argued. But I'm getting 3 awards out because there was a chance of being stumped. So in those three people are getting winning the contest with gifts, and those that come in afterwards with new questions will also be given gifts if they can stump me or get me close enough that's argumentably at the same time. If you can stump me, I want to see it. I'm excited for the first person to really stump me. So if you guys have any questions, put them in the comments below. We will catch you next time. And that would be today's Thursday. So next Tuesday, we will see you then. Thank you so much. Talk to you soon. Bye. If you have any comments or questions, add them to the comments below. Otherwise, we'll see you tomorrow actually. Take care. Bye.